welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the Living Lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the Living Lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Eora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, Gameplay Director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki, trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they They should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Hi, I'm Dom Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
You see how small you are. Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will they do to her? What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、 今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山公や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によってはさまざまな特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは、今後もさまざまな情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait, informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples
英伟达做个直播软件都做不好，是真的离谱。这直播软件经常抽，一抽就没声音。我 Fuck NVIDIA.
Make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just
Cougars.
I hate cougars.
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for
这
you
个我
to
挺
play
感
Ara
兴趣
and to create your own history.
现在这个和那个《地狱之刃2》是我最感兴趣的两个。宣誓也还行，只是我个人那个西幻审美疲劳了，我不想玩任何的西幻游戏了，所以可能往后放放吧。Machine Games.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share.
圣剑传说就不知道，圣剑传说我不了解，看着其实只能说一般。
Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in.
说实话，夺宝奇兵电影我也没看过。
In this game, you
没什么
aren't
情怀可
just
以，
playing as in
所以
you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When
陶德要来了。
first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what
陶德的下一个游戏，想不到吧？还不是那个《上古卷轴6》。
what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones. And their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project. And they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to.
看看
Let's take our
陶
first
哥哥的
look
新游
at
戏
the new Indiana Jones game.
到底怎么样？
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Todd Howard， 第一人称游戏啊，
History.
竟然是第一人称，我会以为这种游戏是第三人称。
Just different ways to interpret the past.
陶德就喜欢第一人称游戏。
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried, just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history, mankind has built sites of.
话说古墓丽影也很久没有消息了，这时候出来一个夺宝奇兵还是非常爽。神秘海域也很久没消息了，其实这种游戏已经销声匿迹一段时间。这种主题的动作冒险。
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up? Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani, the Great Circle.
夺宝奇兵与 Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
发售日呢？
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built.
其实这两个合作倒挺，一是 Machine Games 专门就做第一人称游戏，二是陶德自己无数次说过第一人称是沉浸的最好的方式。他们想做一款沉浸式的印第安纳游戏，不想做，就他们想做的不是你控制印第安纳Jones，他们想做的是你扮演。所以按照他们两个一个工作室一个制作人理念来说，第一人称也是意料之中的。
But we still want you to have those moments, seeing his iconic silhouette with a hat.
但是它也有过场动画。
And so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal.
哦，这样会切到哦，原来如此。
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief.
为啥要把这个也剧透给我？我觉得现代游戏宣发有点过分了。真的，现代游戏的宣发真的过了。你开场为什么非要告诉玩家？你让我自己到时候玩的时候惊喜点不行？而且不止这一个游戏，多少现代游戏都是非要把整个开场告诉。What the fuck？
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
我个人其实挺讨厌现在这种过度详细的游戏宣发的形式。
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
哦，这解谜shit，
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordie Howe.
这个就是电影的原班的那个 composer。
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap. We use a lot of stunt actors.
怎么突然抽了？
Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
多功能工具我喜欢，我操！
You can absolutely use it.
最喜欢的武器设计就是这种多功能的。
Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more.
又是战斗，又是诱饵，又是路径工具。
The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
阿肯也有项目，那个刀锋战士都挺忙。
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think
我听说貌似德云斗部新剧项的销量特别差，然后后续作品也是越来越差。陶德，陶德在干什么？陶德偷东西了。 曹德怎么混成这样？2024没有月份啊，我看着没有月份，没有月份。说实话，能今年年内发售，我觉得不是很可能要跳票。如果连月份都没有的话，这是什么 ？Outro 结束了。
Take one.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is
有电影化叙事游戏，有考古动作冒险游戏，有历史4X 游戏，有奇幻动作 RPG， 有日式 JRPG。哎，你看这类别还挺丰富。一场发布会，5个游戏，还是6个游戏来着？什么类型都有。
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
起码现在说的是全部年内发售。那哪个进 Game Pass 他没有说吗？好像这次没有 Game Pass logo 是为什么？还是这些都进 Game Pass？ 微软的肯定进，但至于圣剑传说进不进还真不知道。接下来是上古卷轴 Online 的2024年全球揭幕会，10分钟以后。这是接着的，原来。ESO Global Review， 再看看之前那个刀锋战士的吧。阿肯的美术风格太吃我了，阿肯的美术风格简直是我的梦中，我操，怎么这么性感啊！天哪！
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
ESO 那个还有几分钟？还有8分钟。
Peggy 18.
话说那个，你从夺宝奇兵就能看出陶德大名了，因为你想啊，这个放完 Machine Games 的 logo， 然后卢卡斯的 logo， 然后就是陶德的名字。在想之前那个辐射电视剧也是，辐射电视剧也是必须亮一下 from 叫什么来着 ，Legendary Game Designer Todd Howard 之类的。只要是陶德参与的作品，他的名字必须被挂在前面。不是有很多游戏制作人有这种待遇的。我能想到的 Hideo Kojima 应该是一个，每个游戏都会写一下。只要是他的游戏，他自己起码现在这种级别制作人确实不多。你想光环电视剧就不会写光环的制作人，是吧？其实我觉得 Sam Lake 也可以开始这么搞，毕竟我觉得他也挺算那种灵魂人物的。还是老滚 OL 我是打算回归的，之前虽然没玩下去，但是一直就心里过意无去啊。那毕竟有那么多丰富的 lore 我都没有接触到，所以我就一直想，如果有空我还是要回去玩。正好最近那个破晓者皮肤出了，破晓者是我最喜欢的上古卷轴5里的这个武器，所以我当机立断我就买了。那我买了我不能不玩吧，对吧？我买了不玩那就离谱了，所以我还是想还是想回去试试，看看能不能再 get 进去。有的时候有些游戏啊就是需要一个比较长的适应期，你要是过了那个门槛就可以。但是 OL 内容太多， OL 纯打任务都能打几百小时，但是问题是它的任务形式不是很适合我的那种游玩喜好吧。啊，你说我买的船没有装修是吧？那我没有家具装修啊，那我没有什么家具，我根本就那个船真不错，两边岸边的景色还会就是滚动嘛，然后你偶尔会看到别的船来了，开始了。他为什么不紧接着播，非要隔10分钟是什么意思啊 ？ESO 不也是微软的 Xbox 一部分吗？为什么不直接播？我很好奇为什么要隔着10分钟。让大家去上厕所是吧？我的意思是这两个应该合成一个，这两个应该合成一个，不应该分开办。OL 会长，它应该放到最后，干脆就啊！靠，倒计时的倒计时，你好意思吗？离谱！人家他有3个倒计时，朋友们，这该死的，这有3个倒计时，他。
Hello there, travelers, and welcome to my tavern, the Lucky Griffin. My name is Quincy, and I have
起码有人来和我说话。
welcoming you tonight to this year's Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, we do have a few moments before the actual show begins, so how about something to eat? You can't expect to walk into a tavern and not be fed, you know.
Yeah.
Have something hearty or a light filling treat for you to pick yourself back up from that last adventure if you'd like. Wonderful. I have a few things getting started in the kitchen back there, so let's see what we can cook up in the next few minutes, shall we?
不是你，我饿了，怎么办？我操，看着好好吃啊！你为这个是美食节目吗？这个是美食节目哎，快看！但跟这个做没有中文，我不知道 B 站官方那边有没有直播啊？我这边看没有中文。你别说，还挺好看的这种节目，谁不喜欢看做饭节目呢？微软应该出一个3A 这个烹饪模拟游戏，是吧？ 做一个世界上表现力最顶级的烹饪游戏，那岂不美哉？微软干什么吃的？我真的想问。你自己家的发布会，你自己家不直播，我真的是说，我对微软已经无力吐槽。我对微软的运营还有这个宣发团队真的是有点无力吐槽。哎呀哎呀哎呀，真香！我靠，这个，靠，饿了。你说这一锅够多少人吃？应该把那个咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜的声音剪进来，那个声音多么的性感。没了，哎，不要告诉我接下来的8分钟就是这 fan art 行。而实际上我还有作业要做呢 ，motherfucker！ 哎，那就边等边写作业吧。真烦人呐！老滚 OL 觉得肯定比76赚钱吧，内容规模、运营的时间长度都大多。因为老滚 OL 是血统纯正的 MMORPG。哎呦，又有饭了哇！好，就看这个，你就接下来1个小时就播这个就行。就喜欢这个。这是派吧？哦呦，这么多糖！虽然它会很好吃，但是我好害怕。我看到这么多糖，我好害怕。莓果、糖浆。不过76今年也有大动作，好事儿。但是另一点，你上来说老滚 OL 的资料片全是收费的，76是免费的，所以想必也会有一些差别吧。但是说实话，我宁愿76是收费的，我真的不在乎你免费，我希望你是收费的，然后你的更新规模和 ESO 一样。 我觉得反而比什么所谓的免费更新，但是更的规模小更好。76要是真出收费 DLC， 出一个我买，但很可惜它不出，靠。别在乎你那免费更新了好吗？说实话，玩那么久的玩家，哪个不是你游戏的这个叫什么重度玩家？人真不在乎你收费，人只希望内容多点。
Well, it certainly looks like you enjoyed that food, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that the meals that we were able to provide keep you in the fight just a little bit longer in your upcoming adventures in Tamriel.
3分钟。
And I look very much forward to hearing of all of your
看看明年有什么。
But my time is at an end right now. Thank you again for joining us today. Let's see what the future has in store in the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal. Starting now. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and as always, be safe out there. Enjoy the show.
ESO 的下一个项目会是什么呀？我好希望是星空 Online。我好想要一个具象化的科幻 MMORPG， 因为你想，大部分的科幻 MMORPG 都是什么样子？都是 EVE 啊。就 EVE 虽然是科幻 MMO， 但是首先它是不是 RPG 都不一定。但是反正就是它太不具象化。我想要一种那种星战，以前就类似于星战旧共和国那个。星战那个就很好，但是由于它太老了，我也很难 get 进去，所以我就希望有一个新的那种科幻太空 MMORPG。这两项也没有出 online 的迹象，所以我看这个只能指望这个星空了。如果能有星空 online 的话，只可惜到现在也没公布。之前我记得传言说 ZeniMax Online 有一个未公布的 AA 游戏，也不知道是什么。是星空 online 的几率很大，但是说不准。而且按照 Bethesda 现在的战略布局，肯定是想确保自己的 IP 全都有一个 online 版。至于是 Bethesda Game Studios 做，还是 ZeniMax Online 做，就不一定。开始了，第4个倒计时，哎呦，倒计时的倒计时的倒计时的倒计时，别等会儿又来个倒计时啊，喂！盯着这个倒计时，我仿佛在思考一些很深的东西：生命的长度、人生的长度、时间的流逝、世界的真相。 生命的意义。
Welcome everyone to the 2024 Elder Scrolls Online Global Reveal. Today, we'll share all of the details of our 2024 plans, including ESO's new chapter. But first, I'd like to take a moment to talk about what ESO means to all of us, here at ZeniMax Online and to all of you. We built ESO as a virtual world centered around Elder Scrolls lore, where you can go anywhere, play in any style you want with endless customization, and have the freedom to roleplay as anyone you want. And also to be a safe harbor from the often unpredictable and complex outside world. Just take a step back to the game's early days and see how much we've accomplished. From taking on Moloch Ball with the help of Cadwell and Darian Gauthier, fighting other players to claim territory in Cyrodiil and the Ruby Throne and our amazing PvP system, slaying dragons in the sandy canyons of Elsewhere with Chimera and Abner Tharn, fencing a fortune and stolen goods at your friendly neighborhood outlaw refuge, and so much more. We take you through all of the lands of Tamriel, filled with memorable characters who return again and again to provide companionship, humor, and drama. Our stories are among the best in the genre, and our content also includes game systems like Companions, Antiquities, Tales of Tribute, Dungeons, PvP, the list goes on and on. With ESO, you can pick and choose what fits your virtual life in Tamriel. And later this year, we'll hit an amazing and important milestone.
10周年纪念
years in Tamriel.
今年
Our history, of course, goes back even farther to ZOS's founding in
这也10周年
2007,
了
and many ESO developers have been with us for 15 years or more. I can't speak of the
那
studio's
今年应该有
history
些大
without
动作
acknowledging the profound impact that Robert Altman had on my life and that of everyone at ZOS. As CEO of ZeniMax Media, who passed away in 2021, Robert was a true champion of the game, and he was a friend and mentor to all of us. He is very much missed, but ZOS is stronger because of the foundation he helped build during our formative years. ESO's grown over the years to be 24 million players, including gamers from all over the world.
2400万现在是
Originally in English, French, and German, we now offer localization in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. And ESO developers now stretch from west coast of the USA through Austin, Texas, to our headquarters in Maryland, and eastward to Budapest, Hungary, where we recently opened ZeniMax Online.
它这个新工作室
ESO is truly a global phenomenon. Everyone at ZOS considers the ESO community part of the family. It's not just a hashtag. That feeling of caring and connection begins in our studio, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Remember that ESO launched in April 2014, but that was just on PC. It launched on Xbox and PlayStation in June 2015. So, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary over 15 months in 2024 and 2025. Expect community events around
这是个玩 ESO 的
the
最好
world.
的
We
机
announced
会
the
了
first of these already. It's in the
看来也是
Netherlands
最好的
this
回
coming
归的
spring.
时候
Thank you to everyone who signed up already.
绝对会有巨多
We'll have another large
巨多的
community
活
event
动
in
啊
2025 in the
之类的
Baltimore,
东西
Washington area of the USA to
活
mark
动
the
奖
10th
励肯
anniversary
定
of
很多
ESO's console launch, and a few more events sprinkled between them. We will post information on all of our anniversary celebration plans on
要
social
玩就
media
趁现
and
在
ElderScrollsOnline.com.
今年明
The
年
team has prepared special 10-year anniversary rewards for many of our in-game events happening in 2024 and 2025. Some you can start earning right now. Stay tuned for details. We're eager to celebrate and to kick things off in earnest in just a few months. I can't wait to see all of you at the in-person events. And now it's time to look forward to 2024's new content. ESO's newest chapter features everything that makes ESO special, exploring a region of Tamriel well known to Elder Scrolls fans, telling an amazing story that goes deep into the lore of the region, and adding a new gameplay with a system called Scribing, which allows players to customize some of their abilities. The chapter is called
哎
Gold
揭幕了
Road,
黄
and it
金
takes
之路
place on the borders of Cyrodiil, Gold Coast, and Valenwood.
微木省
So let's
黄
start
金
the
海岸
show
还有个
and
什么
see
来
all
着
the details with the global premiere of the 2024 ESO Gold Road trailer. Enjoy and see you in Tamriel.
经典三人组。这是上古卷轴 Online。
What's up, everyone? You just saw the world premiere trailer for our upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. I'm Gina Bruno, ESO Senior Community Manager, and today I'm joined by The Elder Scrolls Online's own creative director, Rich Lambert.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be back again for this year's ESO Global Reveal, and boy do we have a lot of exciting things to share with you all. The team has been working super hard on 2024's new adventures and features, and it's going to be another amazing year for The Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the truth is, the team's been working super hard for the past 16 years. And Rich, you and I have actually been here from the very beginning in 2007.
It's wild looking back for sure. I remember the days of being able to fit the entire team into a minivan and all go out to lunch together. A lot has changed since then, and now we're suddenly about to celebrate 10 years of being live, with 40+ major content updates and a community that literally spans the globe. It's amazing how much we've done, and it certainly doesn't feel like 16 years have passed already.
And now that we're looking ahead to what's coming in 2024, why don't you start us off with an overview about this year's adventure?
Last year, we saw players explore the Telvanni Peninsula and Apocrypha zones, and delved into a story surrounding the Prince of Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora, and master the magics of the Arcanist class. This year, we're inviting players to venture into a Colovian region known as the West Weald. And this region spans the western borders of Cyrodiil to the north and the eastern tip of Valenwood, and many Elder Scrolls players will probably recognize this location from TES 4 Oblivion. In our time, a dense jungle has suddenly appeared overnight along the Valenwood border, and the whole region is suffering from a rise in attacks from a mysterious new kind of Daedra.
So the new zone will be familiar for those of you who played Oblivion, but there's something big going on behind the scenes that's causing all this chaos.
We're doing something we've never done before in ESO, and we're introducing a whole new Daedric Prince.
That is a really big deal.
全新魔神。
Excited about it. The Gold Road storyline focuses on the return of a forgotten prince named
Athelia.
And it was great to be able to work with BGS to bring our vision.
这个还是和 BGS 合作，为什么？是因为是上古卷轴 Online 历史上第一次引入新魔神。
Mysterious forces discovered the existence of this forgotten Daedric prince Athelia. In Gold Road, you'll discover that prince is now free, with dire consequences for all of Tamriel. I don't want to go into too much detail yet, because we'll be diving deeper into the story shortly, but this is really big, and we are very excited to see how our community reacts as they learn more about Athelia and her allies.
All right, so we have a new zone and a story about the return of a long-lost Daedric prince, but there's something else arriving with the Gold Road chapter that Matt touched on that our players have been asking about for a long time, and that's scribing.
Yes, and this is definitely something that the community's been asking about for years at this point.
可以玩 ，Steam Deck 可以玩 ，The Steam Deck 就可以玩。只是它一开始那个启动器有 bug， 那个启动器不显示文字，但是你不要理那个，就是你定制一个那个鼠标触摸板的映射，你就可以过了那个登录界面，过了登录界面，你把那个手柄模式打开，就可以正常玩了。我就是在 Steam Deck 上玩 ESO 的，有的时候。
By unlocking special skills that they can then customize in many different ways. You'll be able to change things like the way a skill interacts with the world, its unique effects, and more. There's also many ways to customize these unique abilities, allowing players to further tailor their builds to their unique needs. We'll go into a lot more detail on scribing a little bit later, and we'll have a lot more info throughout the year, but we're very excited about this system, and it's really another way players can truly play the way they want to play.
Well, we clearly have a lot to cover throughout the show, so let's dig in. In the past, we've told stories that feature Daedric princes, emperors, and tyrants, heroes, and all sorts of legendary monsters. Since our launch in 2014, we've continued to add to ESO's legacy with new stories that build upon and even add to Elder Scrolls lore in all new ways. And this year's tale is no exception. So let's kick things off with the lead for this zone, Ed Stark, who is going to share more about the new chapter's main storyline, including the Forgotten Prince.
Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to talk to all of you about the story and the adventures you'll experience in the new Gold Road chapter. I was the lead for the High Isle and Greymoor chapters, as well as the Murkmire DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun adding to the Elder Scrolls universe. Every part of Tamriel is unique and has its own emergent storylines, and Gold Road is no different. The Westweald region lies just east of the Gold Coast. Ruled by the Colovian Count Calantius, it is an independent nation allied to the Imperial forces currently occupying nearby Cyrodiil, and it is under attack. Sweltering jungles replaced a third of the Westweald seemingly overnight. While the Wood Elves in the region seem friendly and as bemused by the situation as the displaced Imperials, Count wants to find out what happened and how he can keep from losing any more of his realm. Surprisingly, however, this Dawnwood jungle overgrowth isn't the most pressing concern for you and your fellow adventurers. Laramil the Wise, an ally of Hermaeus Mora, is back. She's investigating the reappearance of Athelia, the Forgotten Prince, who was introduced at the end of the Necrom chapter. Laramil reveals that scions of Athelia are searching the Westweald for her, wreaking havoc in the region. They believe that the Forgotten Prince had some connection to the Ayleids who once dwelt in the ancient ruins scattered throughout the zone. These scions are desperate to help Athelia recover her memories and powers and show no mercy to anyone who gets in their way. Reality itself is under attack, and no one knows exactly how or why the Forgotten Prince has returned. It's been a very long time in any Elder Scrolls game since we delved into the nature of a new Daedric Prince. What effect will the appearance of this long-forgotten prince have on the Westweald, Tamriel, or Nirn itself? How indeed can a Daedric Prince be forgotten? More importantly, how can you, the adventurer, counter Athelia's effect on the Westweald? Well, I'm not going to tell you, at least not yet. You have to play Gold Road to find out. But don't worry, in addition to the eccentric Laramil the Wise, you have some new and returning allies to help you unravel these mysteries. There's Baragon, ex-adventurer and brother to Evely Sharparrow, and Tribune Alia Idolus, a brash Colovian centurion working for Count Calantius. Outside the main story, we're bringing back the vampire Fënorian of the Ravenwatch, Khajiit investigator Mizik Thunderboots, and a few other fan-favorite allies to also help you in your journeys. There's political intrigue rivaling the tales told in Orsinium and High Isle. Supernatural threats on the same scale as Somerset and
我没玩进去，估计还是因为对 MMORPG 本身的形式不是很喜欢。但是觉得不继续玩很可惜，浪费了这些很好的 lore 故事。
non-linearity to the
所以
quest
还是
line
一直
similar
想
to
能继
that
续玩，
presented
但
in
是
Hrothgar and
有点
Necron.
矛盾。
You'll have to
对我
follow
来
the
说
threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric Prince and her minions. There's something for everyone all along the Gold Road.
另一个重要就是时
I'm
间
looking，forward to seeing how you fare. Good luck and happy
就是这种
hunting
游
in
戏
the
需要的
West.
时间投入是巨大的，时间是个问题。
Since ESO's launch, we've added a ton of new areas for players to explore across all corners of Tamriel and even the realms of Oblivion. Ed just shared some details about the story in Westweald. So now let's learn about how the team brought this space to life. To tell us more about this world you can explore in the
你说
latest
现在真的
chapter,
很难有那
we've
个空。
invited ESO's art director to share more about this colorful but chaotic part of Tamriel.
一直很向往自己能再次迷失在一个这种超级世界里，但是
Art director for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm
也不知道
pleased
什么时候
to
能
be
有
able
这
to
个
share
机
with you
会。
more about the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road's unique zone, the Westweald. For those of you already familiar with Southeast Cyrodiil, this will be the first time you can return to this bountiful part of Tamriel since the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion way back in 2006. The new zone features 3 unique biomes, each with their own distinctive look and feel. In the southeast lies the Gold Road, a temperate environment similar to that found on the Gold Coast. It is home to the region's capital city, Skingrad, the bustling center of the zone and linchpin for the Colovian Imperials who call the Westweald home. Towards the southwest, you can find the Dawnwood. Formerly part of the Westweald, this area is now home to the encroaching jungles of nearby Valenwood. In this part of the zone, you'll discover a dense wilderness climate inhabited by advancing wood elves from the
我
settlement
不知道
of
这地方的
Vashon.
中文叫啥
In the north of the
，Westweald。
Westweald lies the Colovian Highlands,
Westweald.
a mountainous region that is home to an imperial settlement and numerous Ayleid ruins. The Highlands' rocky soil and dry
亚
climate
利
is ideal for the
德
region's
废
famous
墟
vineyards.
北边，
When designing
然后
this
另一
new
边是一个
zone,
被
the
丛林
team
占领的
wanted
区
to
域，
capture a region undergoing a dramatic change.
而且那个
And
丛林是
generally,
一
we
夜
try
之
to
间
make
突然
every
出
zone in
现，
ESO
和这个
feel
主线有
unique,
关系。
so much so that a player can instantly recognize what zone they're in merely by looking around. Combining these ideas led us to paint the biomes in the bright colors of seasonal change. Highlights of orange, red, and yellow punctuate the Westweald, giving the entire region an autumnal
这个
feel.
地区是这种秋
Classic
节
Colovian
秋天
architecture
景色的
inspired many
这
of the
个
zone structures. However, the
氛围。
Colovian Imperials of the Westweald are wealthy and cosmopolitan, so the art team imbued some high-end motifs and designs throughout. Although this, of course, changes the further from Skingrad you travel. As you explore the zone's rolling hills, rocky crags, bustling vineyards, you'll encounter many Ayleid ruins of various sizes and shapes, and have an opportunity to delve deeper into this part of Tamriel's ancient history. We got to have a little fun here as we consider these Ayleid ruins less spoiled than other similar locations you may already have visited. As a result, there are structures and architectural pieces of Ayleid culture you've never seen before. Speaking of things you've never seen before, the dense, humid forests of neighboring Valenwood seem to have taken over a significant portion of the Westweald practically overnight. This consumption of traditional Colovian territory is cause of some concern for the Imperials, as you might imagine. Even more alarming is the Wild Burn, a volatile area that separates the Dawnwood from the Colovian Highlands and Gold Road, comprised of sickened, magically twisted land and even more volatile beasts. While the land itself is changing, it is also under attack from a host of new, unfamiliar foes. Daedra, never before seen in the Elder Scrolls, roam the countryside, including
这是上古卷轴历史上从未出现过的魔族种
that herald from the realm known as Mirrormore.
Mirrormore.
If all that wasn't enough, the Wildburn has
静默
taken to magically corrupting the indigenous beasts of the land, resulting in danger around every turn. In the Westweald, we've created a beautiful world in flux, besieged by change itself. It's Imperials meet Wood Elves, meet Oblivion, and it's a world unlike anything we've created previously. We can't wait for you to explore it.
I always love when we can share behind-the-scenes info about all the research and care that goes into creating a new zone. Rich, why don't you talk a little bit about what else players will encounter in Westweald?
In addition to the main storyline, the zone contains new delves and public dungeons to explore, side quests to experience, and world bosses to contend with. everything you would expect from a chapter. There's also an all-new 12-player trial that challenges your group and the introduction of a new type of
And of course, there's all kinds of rewards that you can find in the new zone, including new item sets to loot and craft, unique collectibles to unlock, and special antiquities to scry and dig up, and a lot more.
And of course, that's all in addition to the new scribing system.
That's right. In previous chapters, we've added new classes like the Necromancer and most recently the Arcanist. We've also added new gameplay systems that we continually update, such as treasure hunting with antiquities, our deck-building card game, Tales of Tribute, even our housing and furnishing system, and of course, companion system, which allows you to bring an ally to fight.
不行，这个你还是最好先玩旧的，因为它起码是和上一个 DLC 有关系的。它起码是和上一个那个什么莫拉的那个章节是连着的。
So let's kick it over to Kira to explain exactly how it works.
刚才说很多角色之类的都是从那边延续出来的。
Elder Scrolls Online's biggest pillars, and we're always looking to give our players.
不过旧内容做的没有新内容好，我感觉旧内容毕竟旧嘛，就是很老的那些区域，就比如说那个比洛联盟的那些。
And have more agency in choosing and creating those skills that are right for them.
只能说一般。听说后面会比前面好。
A new ability for every weapon skill line, and a few more. Each of these new skills or grimoires has customizable elements that you can swap out to suit your needs while maintaining a fun and balanced experience. Every grimoire has a base function, the thing it always does. For example, the new Bow Grimoire, Vault, has you shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow, creating an area of effect, and then backflip out of danger, enabling a quick, tactical fire and escape ability. But you can personalize it from here. Every scribe skill also has 3 script slots, a primary, secondary, and tertiary, which allow you to change the ability's specifics. Want to double down on poison or bleed? Set one of those as the primary script of Vault, and now that's the damage type of its AoE. Primaries determine the main effect of the skill and its resource cost. But perhaps you're more of a ranged healer character. Keep it ally focused and customize Vault with a heal primary and add either a heal over time or stamina recovery secondary for any allies in that area of effect. Secondaries are about individualizing that skill to better match with your build or roleplay. This is where we have more unique effects that tie into the identity of the parent skill line. For example, a unique bow secondary gives the player a stack of the Hawkeye
半自建技能有个基础，然后剩下有3个等级槽位，你可以自定义这个技能的效果。
You're able to add a buff or debuff to Vault as its tertiary effect. Perhaps minor maim, minor expedition, or minor vulnerability. That is a lot of ways to customize just this skill, and we have even more scripts and combinations to be revealed in the future.
Scribe.
But scribing isn't just a system for tinkering with skills. It's also an exploration into the ancient origins of magic, following the legacy and discovering the secrets of the mage who first learned to manipulate those energies. You'll need to own the Gold Road chapter to unlock the system. One more thing. When we were deep into this customization headspace, we loved the idea of having our skill visuals better reflect our players' roleplay goals.
Visual.
And perhaps
feel
a bit fresh if they've been playing for a while. When Gold Road and Scribing launch, we'll also be adding a select number of skill styles. These styles are color variants of popular abilities from weapon, guild, and world skills. Like Wall of Elements, we'll have a new purple version, Trap Beast, orange, and Mage Light, a green option, so that when you equip those abilities, you'll be able to select which version you want to see. By the way, in Gold Road, all of these skill styles will be earnable as in-game rewards.
这些 skill styles 并不是只是氪金就是买的，他们全部可以在游戏里解锁。
We can't wait to share more about scribing and styling with the ESO community in the coming months, and see what new metas, builds, and more come out. See you soon.
Scribing looks like it has the potential to really change the way our players play the game.
We definitely believe it will, and scribing gives our players a level of flexibility with their builds they've never seen before in ESO. The new customizable abilities can be used by any class, allowing players to maximize an aspect of their build or perhaps give them a new way to fill a gap. And the system also provides a brand new avenue to customize their visuals too.
问题是我上次玩的时候，我都忘了我玩到哪，故事我都快忘光了，靠！我要再回去玩，我一脸懵逼。
For PC and Mac, and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles. And it's available to pre-purchase now. You can visit ElderScrollsOnline.com for more details. Now, as many of you watching might expect, this chapter isn't the only major release in 2024.
There is a lot coming this year. We're kicking things off in March with Update 41 and our newest Dungeon DLC pack, which includes 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit.
3月是更新41号，2个新的地牢。
Explore a training ground for the followers of Malakath and a secret vault within the demi-realm of Maelstrom. Both dungeons help set the stage for the upcoming chapter release and storyline. These dungeons will be available in normal and veteran modes and have their own veteran.
ESO 能设定 NPC 路径，这个很有意思，但是有些限制太离谱了，装饰品。
And as always with these DLCs, these new challenges can be purchased in the in-game Crown Store, or they come free as part of ESO Plus.
If you want to first look at these new dungeons, be sure and tune in to our next ESO live stream, as we'll be joined by lead encounter designer Mike Finnegan.
1月26号有关于第一次更新的详细情况。
That's not all we have going throughout 2024 either. Update 43, which is scheduled to arrive in August, will be another base game update similar to what we did in 2023. And that includes a host of bug fixes and quality of life improvements, with some pretty exciting features, including something housing related.
和房子有关系的是43号，44号更新2个新的伙伴和 PVP。
Quite ready to reveal yet, but to all our PvP-minded players, you might want to pay particular attention to this update.
哎，要是76也有这么一个多好。
Keep an eye out for more information on our
要是
plans.
76也有这么大规模的更新。
Okay, we've gone over so much already, but as with any major chapter release, there's a ton of in-game rewards you can get when you pick up Gold Road. Let's find out more about the various additions and pre-purchase rewards for the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road with community managers Jess and Kevin.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess Folsom, ESO's lead community manager, and I'm joined by my fellow community manager, Kevin Boley. We're here to tell you a little more about the new Gold Road chapter, its additions, and pre-purchase rewards.
Thanks, Jess, and hey everyone. As mentioned, the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road arrives this summer on PC and Mac, and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles. However, you can pre-purchase the chapter right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com and unlock in-game items, which we'll cover in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the different versions.
16确实更友好。
Right.
但是
Depending
更
on
友
your
好。
history with the Elder Scrolls Online, there's bound to be an edition of Gold Road that suits you. If you're an existing
杠线
player,
没
the
那么高，
upgrade
但
versions
是
may be just right.
If you're a new or returning player,
玩得很舒
the
服。
collection might be a good fit.
从
It
界面
includes
啊
the
到
ESO
形
base
式
game,
都
all
是。
7 previous chapters, and the new Gold Road chapter at launch. That means the collection will allow you to begin your adventures in Tamriel right now, and play the new chapter once it launches.
Both the Gold Road upgrade and collection are also available in deluxe editions, which includes a bounty of additional in-game items themed around the Westweald and Skingrad regions, including a unique pet, memento, outfit style, emote pack, and first of its kind mount, all of which are granted at chapter launch.
Whichever edition of Gold Road you choose, there are several pre-purchase rewards you can unlock. These include a
因为76其实从辐射4过渡过来是很容易的，基本一上手就知道怎么玩。ESO 你从老滚5进来，老滚4进来，你从哪个老滚正传进来你都懵逼，这个就是区别。你除非你熟悉 MMORPG， 你还熟悉老滚，那你才能很快的入门。你但凡有一样不熟悉，你都很难以快速上手。
Or select retailers for PC and Mac, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Of course, we have a lot of exciting releases, in-game events, and community fun lined up for the Elder Scrolls Online between now and chapter launch too.
You'll be able to explore 2 new dungeons launching along with Update 41. You can get a first look at these new dungeons in Update 41 by helping us test it all on the PC and Mac public test server in just a few days. Then, this spring, ESO will introduce the Prologue quest for Gold Road. This free quest line sets up the events of the upcoming chapter and is available to anybody who owns a copy of the Elder Scrolls Online.
If you'd like to check out some of ESO's past DLCs and chapters for free, then now is your chance with the ESO Plus free trial, live right now on all platforms. There's also a ton of fun in-game events lined up over the next few months, including the now live Guilds and Glory celebration, then the White Strikes Mayhem PvP event, and of course, the fan favorite Jesters Festival. Starting right now with the Guilds and Glory celebration, you can earn the Molag Bal Illusion Imp Pet, as well as its morphs over the course of 2024. It's the perfect companion to get you in the celebratory mood as we head into the incredible 10th anniversary celebration for the Elder Scrolls Online. To learn more about this year's morphing collectible, check out our preview article on the official ESO website. We've grown in so many ways since ESO first launched. With international community managers across 15 unique territories and 7 officially supported languages, this massive celebration of ESO and its community is our biggest one yet. And it will include many in-person events around the world. As Matt mentioned earlier, the fun kicks off with our first in-person event in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and continues all the way into 2025 with our largest in-person event in the US yet. We hope to see you at one of them. Check ElderScrollsOnline.com for the details on our upcoming Q1 Dungeon DLC, the in-game events, and our 10th anniversary plans. We have big things ahead.
We can't wait for you to join us as we celebrate 10 amazing years of the Elder Scrolls Online, together.
All right, so let's recap. We've revealed ESO's upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, and shared what kind of adventures and features you can expect when it launches June 3rd for PC Mac and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
This includes a new zone, the Colovian region known as the West Weald, which is a storyline that features the return of a forgotten prince, Athelia. And of course, the brand new scribing system, which allows you to unlock and customize special skills for all your characters.
And don't forget, ESO Gold Road is available for pre-purchase today. We've got a lot planned for ESO's 10-year anniversary, which includes a host of in-person events, starting with the ESO 10-year celebration in Amsterdam this spring. Make sure to RSVP if you haven't already done so. From all of us here at ZeniMax Online Studios, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out on our social channels and ElderScrollsOnline.com for more information on everything we've covered today. And don't forget to tune in next week for a first look at Update 41. We can't wait to share more details with you on the upcoming Gold Road chapter, anniversary celebration, and more later this year.
Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.